Morning grade 5, coming to you from my home, and today is pajama day just because I'm still in my pajamas. So hope you're in your pajamas too, and we'll do a little front desk chapter 16. That night I couldn't stop thinking about Uncle Lee and how he was willing to do anything, go literally anywhere, even into the belly of the dumpster to get what he wanted. Was that insanity or courage? I didn't know. What I did know was when they served us hamburgers at school the next day, real burgers, not saltine burgers, I was bringing mine home for Uncle Lee. I didn't care how loudly my stomach protested. Carefully, I wrapped the burger up and I hid it in my jacket. I made sure not to squish it all day long, and when I got home, I heated up the burger in the microwave, then rewrapped it in a napkin, just like they did in the commercials on TV. I brought it to Uncle Lee's room. Uncle Lee was delighted. He asked me whether I'd eaten, and I lied and said I had. But then my stomach betrayed me and growled loudly. Uncle Lee laughed. "Come on, let's eat it together," he said. I sat down and divided the burger, and this time I shared more than just a couple of crumbs. Uncle Lee ended up staying 3 nights. Each night was filled with delicious food and riveting stories about customers and things like their weird sauce requests. One guy insisted on burgers with ketchup and jam. By the end of his stay, our refrigerator was nearly empty, so my mom and I went to Ralph's, the American grocery store 3 blocks away. Normally we go to the Chinese supermarket, but today there was a 2-for-1 cauliflower sale at Ralph's. "We should really stop letting people stay at the hotel for free," my mom said with a sigh. She picked up the cauliflower, put them in a plastic bag, and tossed them into the cart. "But you and Dad are so happy when they come," I said, thinking of how animated my parents were at dinner the last few days. "I know. And they're such good people, and their stories," she put her hand on her chest, "they are heart-wrenching." They really were. All week, I'd been going back in and filling all the details in my journal. They were fascinating, the stories. "But I'm worried about Mr. Yo," Mom groaned. "If he catches us," her voice trailed off. I worried about that too. Sometimes Mr. Yo hadn't come around for a week. We were due for a visit any time. "We should be careful," I said, reaching for a box of Honey Nut Cheerios, my favorite. "I think I just have to put my foot down and say, 'No more visitors,'" said Mom. She looked at the items in the shopping cart, eyes lingering on my Honey Nut Cheerios. "What? I always get them," I said. I picked up the box and I held it close to my chest. I knew money was tight, but surely not no Cheerios tight, right? Her pause said it all. "It's fine," she said, reaching for the box. "Here, put that back in the cart." But I held on to it. I peered longingly at it. All those delicious honey-kissed circles on the box. The smiling bee that said nobody can say no to a Honey Nut Cheerio. Well, I can think of one person, me. Slowly, I put the box back up on the shelf. "What are you doing?" said Mom. "It's okay," I said. "You don't want it anymore." I shrugged. "I'm kind of sick of it." I turned away before Mom could see my eyes. That Sunday, as usual, my father and I loaded up the car with empty aluminum cans. You'd be amazed at how much soda people drank at the motel. My dad and I crushed the cans, put them into bags, and drove to the local recycling center. I wished my mom could come too, but Mr. Yo had the rule to never leave the motel unattended. The recycling center gave us $10 for the cans, which we took in exchange for pennies. And then we went over to the lake where we sat and went over them one by one, trying to find the one special penny we'd been looking for as long as I can remember. It was the 1943 copper alloy penny. My dad said it was worth $40,000. "At least," my dad insisted, "maybe even more." When he told me that, my mouth went dry. $40,000 for just one penny? Think of all the Honey Nut Cheerios we could buy. My dad said the reason they were so valuable was because there were just 40 of them made. They were made by accident during the war when the pennies were converted to steel. So far, only one had been found. The rest were just out there, waiting to be found. I hope they find that penny so they'll have some money. We'll talk to you soon.